Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video on Link. I wanted to take a moment today. It's weekend, time to zoom out a little bit, take a little bit of time to pay attention to the larger time frame, because we very often speak about or talk about the smallest time frames here on the channel, which is helpful, important. You get very early updates and signals from market structure changes. However, the bigger picture is really important. It's very, very important not to get too caught up in those 1 hour charts, 30-minute charts, when the larger time frame is often moving in much smoother ways. Yeah, a lot of people get very emotional about smallest shifts, even though nothing has changed on the short-term chart. But I know that it is easier to get emotionally, I don't know, a little bit emotional generally, yeah, about those swings on the smallest time frames, even though they very often don't even have a great impact on the overall structure and thesis. Now, what is the main thesis here for Link? Well, we're on the weekly chart, and the idea is still that Link has a good chance to go higher and follow the script here in the yellow scenario towards the blue target zone, which actually starts at $47. Now, don't assume that this is kind of the let's say the maximum target or anything. It is a milestone target I've been highlighting throughout this cycle. Eventually, I think the price should get there, at least if Bitcoin behaves in pullbacks. That means pullbacks are corrective rather than impulsive, which then would also keep the sentiment in the crypto sector helpful, constructive, yeah, sort of bullish. I mean, altcoins are still struggling a bit, yeah. You can also see here that Link is sideways, rather, okay, but in a moderate uptrend since the 2023 low. But still, as long as Bitcoin behaves in pullbacks, which at the moment it does, Link has a chance to get to $47. And then obviously when we get there, we have to pay close attention to the relevant microstructures. It's always the same case, whenever we get closer to key targets, like on the Bitcoin chart as well, 130K, maybe a little higher. Yeah, that was my target already a couple of years ago for Bitcoin for this cycle. But when we get closer and closer, it becomes more and more important to pay much attention to those those nanostructures, because they give us very, very early signals and warnings and updates and tell us when something is actually shifting on the chart. So far, nothing has shifted here. But yeah, as we get closer to those macro targets, smaller time frame signals are getting more and more important. Now, to the upside, we've got this yellow trend line that kind of is capping price, has been capping price for a while. It's currently coming in around $27.50. That obviously needs to be broken. Then we can shift the focus to the next upside levels at $30.50, $37, and then $47. But yeah, if we get there and momentum is still strong, I'm not going to tell you we have topped. So we will then, as I said, have to pay close attention to the microstructures. In terms of support right now, we have support between $13.27 and $19.37. It's a volatile asset. Cryptos are volatile, so we have to give them a little bit of room for pullbacks. In this case, for Link, that would be the area, between that 78.6 retracement and the 38.2 retracement. It could be tested again. Does it have to be tested? No. So we're already watching the smaller time frame closely to see if Link is giving us a 5-wave move up, because a 5-wave move up from a significant low is important to get confirmation that we've bottomed. So you might remember here from this low on the 25th of September, we've been tracking over the last week these 5-wave movements, or the sequence of 5 waves to the upside as per the blue scenario. And I highlighted to you, only if we really get these 5 waves up, then we have a confirmation that the 25th, 26th of September low is actually a meaningful low, a very meaningful low, more than just a corrective bounce. Because let's be honest, we haven't broken above any critical resistance, any critical swing high. We are still below the trend line. This is, by the way, another trend line on the shorter time frame, currently coming in around $23.50. But yeah, we are below resistance, and we only have 3 waves up. One more high would be needed. And if that one more high forms, I can call the move up a completed leading diagonal pattern. Leading because it could lead the way. It could be the leading wave of a larger 5-wave structure to the upside. So we need those 5 waves. Any break below $21.42, which is micro support, would open the door to another low. At least it becomes more likely then, and we could enter the lower support area around $20 or lower. For now, I'm tracking here if the bulls can show up, and one more high would be helpful, and that would give us a 5-wave move up. When that's then completed, we can call that wave 1, add support for wave 2, and from there we can go higher. That means at the moment, the price isn't doing anything unnormal. It's currently pulling back, and I think yesterday, if I remember correctly, I emphasized how important this pullback will be, because if the pullback is corrective in nature, a 3-wave move, which it at the moment is, I think you see that, it keeps the door open for higher. And also, as long as we're holding $21.42, it keeps the door open for higher, which means if we break below it, it wouldn't be great from a bullish point of view. So again, I can't promise you we hold support. We're just tracking the waves here. Only if we get 5 waves, then we actually have a confirmation that a low is in. Until then, it is very, very easy for this structure to break. So I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the daily free analysis here on the channel. Also, if you want to join our member live stream tomorrow, feel free to check out our membership options. On our channel page, you can view a video here at the top that explains the member benefits. As a member, you can access our member live stream every Sunday, 5 p.m. We cover a lot of coins, take requests. In addition to that, you get a lot of member-only videos, especially SUI is covered quite often for members. BNB, Say was covered last few days. And as a gold member, you can access our Discord server for a lot of additional updates. There are additional stocks bonus updates, Tradingview live charts, updates about gold and silver even, an Elliott wave course if you want to learn it. So lots of benefits I don't even talk about very often, but you'll find it all there. Something actually you would pay somewhere else hundreds of dollars for, but we try to keep it accessible. So thanks so much for your support. See you over there. Bye-bye.